Have you ever wondered why some ads instantly grab your attention and make you want to click the buy button, while others just, don't? Well, lucky for us, we have the secret to creating compelling ads that boost sales. Simple yet powerful recipes known in the world of sales copywriting as frameworks. Developed from decades of refinement by expert advertisers, these frameworks are go-to strategies for creating ads that tap into consumer emotion and actually generate sales. When you execute these well, they give you an unfair advantage. It's like using the Accio spell from Harry Potter, but instead of summoning objects, you summon sales. In this video, I'm going to give you a simple 4-step exercise I've been using to develop my copywriting skill set and get familiar with these frameworks. As we go through the exercise, I'll introduce you to 2 powerful, time-tested sales copy frameworks that work to sell pretty much anything you want. First, I'll introduce the 4 steps, and then I'll give you an example of how to put it all together. Let's get to it. Step 1, pick a customer avatar. So we talked about what a customer avatar is in the last video, and in the next video we're going to talk about some considerations for picking a market and an avatar that you're actually going to try to sell to. But for now, we're just in exercise mode, so it doesn't really matter who you pick. Step 2, you pick a product or service that your customer avatar wants. Again, in the next video, we'll go into more detail about picking a product. For now, we just want to practice writing the copy, so the product we pick here can be a real one or something that doesn't even exist yet. Step 3, write out a list of product features and a list of benefits your customer avatar would get from owning the product. Step 4, use a proven sales copy framework to write the ad selling the benefits of that product to your customer avatar. Now you know the process, let's walk through an example. My customer avatar is named Mary. Mary is 45, she's married, she works a corporate full-time job, and is upper middle class. She really enjoys cooking and particularly looks forward to hosting dinner parties with friends. And she wants her friends to be excited to come to those dinner parties for the excellent cooking, and she's always looking for recipes to make that will impress her guests. The product I'm going to sell to Mary is a subscription to a cooking community, where once a month, a professional chef will host a virtual class teaching how to make authentic, traditional dishes from around the world. Now, I'm sure something like this already exists out there, but again, it doesn't matter right now, we're just practicing. If we were to go and actually build this product and sell it, we would do some competitor research and all that, but for right now, we just don't care. Now, let's create the list of product features and customer benefits. This process is absolutely critical because it will force you to connect the product to your customer avatar in the way that will resonate most with them. Remember, we always sell the benefits. To do this, get a piece of paper or a spreadsheet or whatever you want. You just need 2 columns. The first column will be product features, and the second column will be called customer benefits. And we are simply trying to pair each feature with at least one customer benefit. For the cooking community subscription, it would look like this. Feature number 1, the cooking classes teach authentic dishes from around the world. Now the question becomes, how does Mary benefit from this feature? Well, Mary can impress her friends with unique and exciting dishes, making her dinner parties the talk of the town. Imagine going to her dinner party and tasting the most amazing Ethiopian dish you've never heard of. Feature number 2, classes are hosted by professional chefs specializing in each cuisine. Now, how does Mary benefit? She gains expert knowledge and techniques instead of betting on some recipe she found online. Feature number 3, the cooking classes are virtual. The benefit is that Mary can fit these classes into her busy schedule without the need to travel, and she can practice using her own cooking equipment, the same equipment she'll use when actually hosting her dinner parties. Feature number 4, community access for sharing experiences and tips. The benefit, Mary becomes part of a like-minded community where she can get tips and share thoughts about cooking and hosting exciting dinners. And feature number 5, the classes include live Q&A sessions with the chefs. The benefit is Mary can get immediate feedback and answers to her specific cooking questions while she is making the dishes. This improves her learning experience and makes sure that she ends up with delicious food. And the last step to this process is to pick a sales copy framework to follow and then write the ad. First off, let's talk about why you'd want to use a framework to write your own copy. Well, as we've already discussed on this channel, customer buying decisions are largely driven by emotion. So when we write or speak to sell, we need to be able to tap into that prospect's emotional buying brain. We need to take them from where they are currently and show them how much better their life would be if they had whatever product or service we're trying to sell them. And the advertising world has been focused on tapping into customer emotions for decades. Advertisers have, through trial and error, already discovered the formulas that work. We don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Now, there are a lot of frameworks, and it's probably good to explore a bit and practice several, but I'll introduce you to two that are time-tested favorites for copywriters everywhere. These two are the PAS framework and the 4 Ps framework. So let's start with PAS. PAS stands for problem, agitate, solve. And that's the objective of this framework. You define the problem your customer avatar faces, and because you are targeting people who have this problem statement grabs their attention. But then you agitate that problem. You make it worse. You make it hurt. So they resonate with your copy because you address a problem they have, and then you tap into that emotional brain by calling out how frustrating that problem is, how severe the consequences of that problem can be. As Jim Edwards says in Copywriting Secrets, agitate is the magic in this formula. And once you've helped them to realize just how annoying that problem is, you present your product or service as the solution that takes that pain away. All right, how about an example? The other day, I got an ad for a product called Alpha Brain. Google, I guess, knows the level of my ADD or something because the product helps you think clearly and stay focused, which, I need. And so I watched the ad and realized they are using elements of the PAS framework. Check it out.
And this is Hannah. Hannah's about to wrap up a big project for work.
Okay, so they show Hannah and she looks stressed. She's under the gun trying to wrap up some project that probably has a stressful deadline. And a lot of us can resonate with that problem. But then it's time to agitate it. So check it out.
Well, just as soon as she answers that email. Right, it's Jackson's mealtime. So after she takes the dog, the meeting that could have been an email.
So they show that just because she has this stressful work project, it's not like the rest of life's demands stop knocking at the door. She has to feed the baby and walk the dog and call people back and answer other emails. And now you're thinking, gosh, yeah, it really is tough to deal with all that. But don't worry, because the next part of the framework is the solution.
She could use some focus. If you've got a lot going on or need to think clearly, we've got an Alpha Brain product that's got your back. So, you want to be the best at whatever you do? Get Alpha Brain right on it. Focus where it matters most.
So she grabs the Alpha Brain supplement and takes it, and then we see her being congratulated on a really good work presentation, and she's happy and she's not stressed anymore. And there you have the PAS framework masterfully put together. The next framework I'll highlight is called the 4 Ps. And the 4 Ps in this framework stand for promise, picture, proof, and push. So let's start with promise. This is how you capture your avatar's attention. You basically kick off the copy by telling them what's in it for them if they keep reading. If you really know your avatar, then you can dangle a highly valuable benefit in front of them. And promising the main thing they desire right off the bat helps them connect and gets them to stick around to the next step of the framework, picture. When you get to the picture phase, you paint the picture of your avatar already enjoying the benefit that they most desire. This step is not about facts, it's not about intellectual persuasion, it exists purely to tap into the emotions of your customer avatar. So once you've captured their attention with the promise and helped them envision their life with that benefit, it's time to move to proof. This stage exists to show them that enjoying that benefit doesn't have to be just a dream. You show them proof. I mean, look at Sally and Jane and Fred and Bob, all normal, everyday people like you who have achieved this desired dream result. This step exists to get the prospect to believe that they too can actually achieve the desired result. Then at last, once you've helped them to imagine their life enjoying this result and made them believe that they can do it, you push your product or service and invite them to buy. So let's go back to my customer avatar, Mary, and the product that we're gonna sell and write out a little ad using the 4 Ps framework. So we start with promise. And what do we promise? We focus on promising the main benefit Mary desires. And because we've done our features versus benefit exercise already, we focus on promising the main benefit Mary desires. Our features versus benefit exercise already put in some work to identify the benefits. And I'd say the most valued benefit for Mary is that this product is going to make her dinner parties unique and memorable. So we might say something like, your dinner parties can be unforgettable culinary experiences with dishes that transport your guests to exotic places around the globe, all from the comfort of your home. That's the promise of Global Dinner Club. Now, we need to get them picturing how freaking cool these dinner parties are going to be. So we say something like this: when your guests gather around the table and are met by an authentic Moroccan tagine or Spanish paella, or smell the aroma of your freshly prepared Indian butter chicken, they'll know they are in for a unique experience. These won't just be any other dinner party, but legendary evenings that everyone rages about. Now, we need to make sure they understand that they can do this. It's time to show some proof. So we'd say something like, don't just take our word for it. When Ruth became a Global Dinner Club member, she not only hadn't thrown many dinner parties, she also hadn't cooked much. But the live, interactive classes with our top-rated chefs made it easy for Ruth to get the help she needed to make the dishes taste authentic in her very own kitchen. She now hosts regular dinner parties that people are dying to get invitations to. Our community members, from beginners to seasoned chefs, rave about the confidence and skills they've gained, not to mention the compliments from their impressed guests. And finally, the push. Let's get them to buy. We might say something like, if you are ready to elevate your cooking and become the talk of your social circle, join the Global Dinner Club today and make dinner an experience. Click the link below to get started. And there we have the 4-piece framework in action. So let me know what you think in the comments below. How would you make it better? One last tip that I'll add to this is that you don't have to sit there and write all the copy. Not only can you borrow and tweak other great copy, you can use AI tools like ChatGPT to help write the copy using those frameworks. Now, usually what ChatGPT writes needs to be tweaked and improved, but it's a great starting place to help you get into a creative flow. But look, I really believe that practicing this exercise will teach you how to match consumers with valuable products, and then how to write sales copy powerful enough to get them to purchase from you. Okay, now that we've talked about sales copy and you've hopefully practiced writing sales copy, it's time to start discussing how to decide which products to choose and which customers to sell to. The question is, how do we pick these to increase our chances of being successful online? To get started with that, check out this video here. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.